Greetings everyone, welcome to video number 2 in the project management series presented by Process-Geekoid. So today we'll be going over the Phillip Crosby's quality vaccination, 8 forms of waste in the lean framework, and PMO or a project management office function tie-in with senior management. And also, of course, please leave questions, like and comment this video. So, I strongly advocate that Phillip Crosby's theory is the most valuable theory in PMOs 5th edition, along with others, such as McGregor theory, Maslow's theory, hierarchy of needs, etc. This is the most applicable theory in most work settings. According to Phillip Crosby, there are 5 components that must work together in harmony to achieve project success, and those are systems, integrity, policies, communication, and operations. While all companies have systems, communication, and operational support, the 2 biggest hurdles that most companies face are policies or organizational process assets, standardization, and integrity to get the job done. Especially in the IT field, a lot of bucket tossing is done to avoid the work and reduce the stress via some sort of ticketing system like ServiceNow. These types of ticketing systems are not accurate as a real estimation of the work to be done, resulting in flawed reporting for senior management oversight, etc. Therefore, a legitimate PMIS system or Project Management Information System, i.e. Jira from Atlassian, and project management software like MS Project or other reputable software is recommended. Project software is an EEF or Enterprise Environmental Factor that the team has to use as a schedule management and activity resource estimation tool. A PMIS or Project Management Information System is a tool and technique used throughout the project to gather and disseminate project information as reports to appropriate stakeholders. Our work breakdown structure with work package level details cannot be defined in a single ServiceNow ticket. Hence, the requirements are lost in translation when creating a product, service, or result, resulting in scope creep. As discussed in a future video about work breakdown structures, all work package level details must conform to the 100% rule in scope management. Basically, all the work must add up to 100% for that work package control account. Only way for any system or tool to be effective is to use the 3 pillars of Scrum: transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Keep in mind that Scrum is an agile form of project management which will not be tested in the PMP exam. Regardless of the project management methodology, Waterfall as prescribed by the PMOs 5th edition, or Scrum, an agile framework as per the SBOC guide, the bottom line is, while the customer requirements or VOC, voice of customer, needs to be crystal clear in the planning phase before execution, otherwise it will be like skating in a skating rink without skates. Planning is a very critical aspect of project management, and requirements must be properly translated so both the business side and technical, i.e. IT team, understand each other perfectly well. Unfortunately, this is not the case, resulting in a lot of waiting time, waste of money provided by the sponsor, who is one of your key stakeholders, by the way, and they are concerned that the project might not move forward and the projects might end up going in cycles of planning, execution, monitor, controlling, and closing without getting any result. But keep in mind that initiation and closing happened only once in a project, and that planning, execution, and monitor and controlling phases happen in cycles until the requirements are met by the customer. Therefore, the requirements must be documented and collected as policies or OPAs with integrity, and systems must support delivery of requirements through strong horizontal and vertical communication, and operational teams need to strive for quality in all work package level detail items or tasks, achieving scope for the project. All 5 pieces in the Crosby quality vaccination shown here need to be integrated, or else quality will suffer, thus making the customer disgruntled. With Crosby's quality vaccination in mind, let's move on to what types of waste are prevalent in any workplace setting. So 8 forms of waste, also known as Tim Woods, are part of the lean methodology, which focuses on streamlining and eliminating waste to deliver more with less. There are 8 types of waste shown here. So starting with transport, you're moving people, products, and information. So in the IT sector, moving information, too much movement of information such as files results in waste. Inventory, storing parts, pieces, documentation ahead of requirements. That's going to cause a problem. Movement, having too much movement is also a problem. So having movement of people, movement of files, etc. results in waste. Waiting time, this is a big one in the IT sector, where people are waiting for software to be delivered or some sort of critical tool that is needed to do the work, to get authorized, to get access to. Overproduction, making more than is immediately required. Overprocessing, doing more than is necessary and having unnecessary red tape or restrictions to get the go through to get stuff done. Defects, having rework, scrap, incorrect documentation. And skills, underutilizing capabilities or delegating tasks to resources with inadequate training. Therefore, project management offices, or PMOs, can reduce waste, these 8 forms of waste, by focusing on enhancing each of the 8 components to its root cause and make projects run smoothly. Moving on, looking at how PMOs tie in with senior management. PMOs are tied with senior management, and the mutual relationship exists as shown here in this slide. As for the PMBOK Guide 5th edition, senior management, or the C-suite, C-level executives such as a CEO, COO, CFO, or CIO, must set the organization's intended strategic direction by incorporating change before planning for or approving any projects, such as a project charter. The PMO, or Project Management Office, takes into consideration the senior management directive to deliver projects to meet company objectives. PMOs are the center of excellence for project management in an organization or subdivision of a company, which does the following to help reduce the 8 forms of waste via enforcement of compliance with PM standards, 2, coaching, mentoring, and training the resources, and 3, sharing resources to achieve economies of repetition or economies of scale in the execution of projects. So looking at this flowchart here, the ideal situation we all want to see is senior management, right here, is to set a firm direction as well as monitoring external changes to further a company's progress and success. These external changes are categorized by the PMBOK as Enterprise Environmental Factors, or EEFs. EEFs are anything outside of the project team's jurisdiction and control, but must be taken into consideration during the planning phase. Examples of EEFs are company culture, technological advances, tools being used, etc. So if senior management keeps changing their mind on the strategic objectives and direction, projects will never get started, resulting in a threat, shown here in red, and is a stoplight to the PMO, or Project Management Office, as well as the rest of the organization, and the PMO might need to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to get buy-in from senior management to meet their objectives. However, once you get the approval, that is a green light for the PMO to move forward, and the PMO must either utilize existing OPAs or processes or assign an analyst team to document new OPAs or processes from scratch. The PM or project management team must validate the OPA or process with other relevant stakeholders. This helps manage and improve stakeholder engagement throughout the life cycle of the project, but also improves project value indirectly. While standardizing the OPAs, shown here, OPAs and processes must always focus on whether or not it is fulfilling the customer requirement, also known as voice of the customer, shown here in this decision box. This is part of the perform quality assurance process, where quality audit is a tool or technique used to validate the process. If there are any cracks in the process, this will surely reflect in the end product, service, or result, and must be corrected, or else it will result in a sunk cost and corrective actions will be done, and it's going to be very costly and deadly for the company to incur these sunk costs during the current project life cycle, which is going to be bad news for the sponsor because they're sponsoring the project. Therefore, performing quality assurance is very critical. And in the good path and happy path of a project, if all goes well and performing quality assurance process utilizing quality audit tool and validate scope that uses UAT or user acceptance testing, and the customer is happy with the end result, the project is successfully completed and thereby the project is concluded. However, on the other hand, if there are still issues at the end stages of a project, then it stands to reason there is a defective process in place which yields a defective product, service, or result, making a customer unhappy. Therefore, you need to go back to the drawing board, and corrective actions result in high cost. Therefore, the project goes in the red. In other words, you are bleeding money from the project and makes no sense to pursue the project further, and must inform senior management as well as other stakeholders to pursue next steps such as project closure or termination. And therefore, this worst case scenario can be avoided if policies or OPAs, systems, communication, and operations are designed with integrity in the first place to prevent this from happening. As a result, projects can be successful, keeping in mind Crosby's quality vaccination and using this framework here shown to make sure projects are done successfully. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, and comment, and I look forward to creating more videos like this in the future. Thank you.